The other announcement that I want to make, or reminder, before I ask Basil to come up and tell us what's going on with FlyCro, is remember to wear your pendants. I want you to know how nice and shiny mine is, because I only got it last week. I've lived here 3.5 years and I just got it. So I'm carrying it home in my beach bag from the pool yesterday, and here comes Terrell driving down the freeway because it had bumped into something in my bag and pushed it. And Terrell was sure I was laying in the fairway, needing to be picked up. So, you know, handle it with care, which I did not, and don't forget to wear it. It is immediate response, as you can hear, and you never know when you're going to need it. You think you're okay, but something happens. I can trip over the dog, or a variety of things that I didn't plan. So, you know, be aware of it. Now I will tuck it away. And I think I'm ready to move on to Basil and FlyCro. Not a huge report for me this time.
Well, good morning, everybody. I have a few slides, and you already know the order of the day is to keep this on time. But for those of you who may not know me, and there are a few in the room that I've introduced myself to already this morning, I'm Basil Flum, and I'm currently the chair of the Florida Life Care Residents Association of Village on the Green. All right, big deal, huh? Well, that's what I'm doing, but this morning, I'm really going to just tell you about FlyCro. I'm going to tell you about what's happening in the legislation that impacts your lives. We've kept you up to date pretty well in here about the initiative to come to the legislature this year with the reformed legislation items for the 651. So, and we've run into some rough sledding, so get ready for disappointing news. The first slide says disappointing news, right? And that leads me to want to tell you just a little bit about the legislation. It's pages and pages. And the last copy I had was 128 pages, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. What was it all about? It was simply to try to avoid bankruptcies of organizations like we live in, and to foster increased protection of residents in troubled CCRCs. So that pretty much is interested in your protection. The second thing I want to tell you is that there are three players in all this, in this theater that's going on. The three players are the representatives of the providers, like Jim, who just spoke to you. That's called Leading Age. Leading Age is the provider's professional organization. It's Leading Age Southeast, which includes 4 states nearby and ourselves. They're the representatives of the providers. The FlyCro organization, the Florida Life Care Residents Association, represents you. How many members of FlyCro do we have in the room? Anybody's not hand? Anybody didn't raise their hand? Who? You are a member. Let's try it again. Every resident's a member of FlyCro. Okay, congratulations, membership. Okay, got the message. All right, and the other provider, the other player, is the Office of Insurance Regulation. The CCRC business is treated as an insurance package in Florida and is regulated by the Office of Insurance Regulation. Well, what's happened is that the legislation that was had been prepared and was supposed to go into the committee a few days ago has stalled. And the truth of, as far as I know, the truth is it could be fatal, probably will be fatal for this year's activities. I wish I could say something different, but I really can't. As far as I know right now, that's probably enough to kill it. for this year. And last year there was, on the part of the providers, there was a Kill the Bill program. And that's the next thing. I want to talk a little bit about the context because that'll help you understand it. Last year there was a bill put together by the regulator unilaterally. And it was killed last year because they did not contact either the providers or the residents. So for most of this year, we've had a work group together working that new legislation, which was at the point of being brought into the committee on February the 4th, but it stalled there and did not progress because of a disagreement, primarily between the OIR and the providers. And to me, that's understandable a bit, but I don't want to deliberate that here. The point is that it is a disagreement, so the legislation will not progress, at least that's my understanding of things. Now, where do you find out about such a thing? Do you have to come to this meeting and listen to me? No. Every resident that raised their hand has an opportunity to get this monthly e-newsletter. And this has been coming out. And this one here, I even got two that we can wave. This one is available to everybody. But you have to register at the FLYCRA or home site, register for newsletters, and you will get it delivered to you. Okay, so, and it's probably the best piece of data that you can get your hands on, much better than anything I would present to you. But anyhow, even the date is significant. The date was February 8th. How many documents do you know that's been issued to you on Sundays? It's so important that the people at the staff at FLYCRA in Tallahassee put this out last Sunday. So we couldn't have told you this at the resident council meeting, for example, last Thursday. We didn't have it. But everybody here can get it delivered in their email box with your registration. And I really encourage you to do that. We've done a lot of work to try to get FLYCRA visible to all the residents here. So, what's in there that's important to you? Let's go to chart 2. Here's what, I'm going to go around so I can, yeah, that's better. That's what FLYCRA recommends now. What do they want us to do? They want us to build some impetus, some consensus for the fact that we need reform legislation. We had Bennett Napier here, he's the executive director of FLYCRA, on the 23rd, but he's saying reach out to your state senators, reach out to those kinds of people, have them here. And secondly, invite state officials. And we had some talk earlier about maybe inviting the commissioner here, or the CFO of Florida. We can have those kind of people sit here with an agenda, talk to us about their agendas, give us some insight into that sort of thing. So in each case, we need to provide information about FLYCRA itself, because FLYCRA is influential. They deal in memberships, and memberships equal voters, and voters influence who they are. So that's the connection. It is a political action, there's no doubt about it, and you be a part of it. Let's go to the last one. But what's the local team doing? We have about 11, 12 people that are very active in this. And we have a strategic planning group meeting tomorrow morning, believe it or not, right, Lloyd? And so tomorrow morning we're going to try to come up with a program that'll be done by the end of the month to provide you with these sorts of things, some education modules. First of all, we've talked to you before about them, but we never really presented them uniformly across the Village on the Green. We're going to do that. We're going to have more programs and events, maybe have that commissioner here so we can talk to him about what's important to us, and we'll have individual membership. Every resident here, if we get our way, will have a visit from a FLYCRA representative within the first month of occupancy here. We really, there's been far too much fuzziness about how do you engage FLYCRA as an organization because they're supposed to represent you. We're going to end that. Okay, FLICRA is the best, the voice and the best that we residents have in Tallahassee. When I introduced Bennett, I told him that I'm introducing you to your new best friend. And I think he really should be our best friend in Tallahassee, because he is our representative. So, expect action soon. I'm going to stop there because I know time's precious.
Thank you, Basil. I want to emphasize something that Basil said, and we all know because we're hearing it all the time, that this is the midterm elections. In Florida, that means all 120 House of Representative positions are up for election. All of them, and half of the state senators. So I know that we are going to be reaching out to our local ones to come and talk to us and let them hear what's important to us. So when they are elected, because we vote, they will be sensitive to the fact that these changes to 651 are important, and after 2 years, we're ready in the 2027 legislative session to make it happen.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Next is Don Eskin's going to give us a little bit of good news from finance.
Well, I'm not going to take very long because Sue's got the hammer, and I'd rather she didn't use it on me. But I want to give some good news. Our revenue at the end of December has exceeded the budget. In other words, we made more money than we expected, and our expenses were below. So that's a win-win in both directions. The end of year revenue exceeded the budget by over $2 million, and which is a very positive, and it's going in the right direction. The only thing I want to add that isn't on there is the support of FLICRA, where the Finance Committee, the Resident Council, and FLICRA, we all have to work together, and we really, really, really need the support of all the residents. Because if we don't elevate it to the right level, we're going to get no place. That's it.
Thank you. Remember, budgets are plans and projections, so it's super wonderful when you can do better in the revenues and do less in the expenses. So good things happened in 2025, and we're excited to share that. All right, next, lifestyle. Do you want this in your hand?
Good morning. Thanks to my bride and dual chair, Phyllis, Maurice, our Director of Lifestyle, and our Lifestyle Committee for their innovative, enthusiastic contributions. And I'd like our committee to please stand because they deserve to be recognized. Thank you all. We are all working to improve communication to you, the events that Maurice and our group are bringing to VOTG. So in that regard, we've handed out a February list of key events for you to put on your calendar. Before you see these events, I need to apologize for the typos that are in them. I'm on a great deal of medication today and yesterday for a failed root canal. So my fingers weren't doing what I was thinking, or I was thinking the wrong things, my fingers were operating. But at any rate, it will give you the gist of what's coming. When Phyllis is handing out this list of February events to help you organize the time that you wish to spend in various activities, we encourage you, when the Green Horizon and the Weekly View are published, take a minute, jot down the activities that are appealing to you. That way, we can escape the comments that we so frequently hear. Oh, I missed it. It slipped my mind. So, to avoid the I missed it, it slipped my mind kind of reaction to activities that have gone by, please take that minute to jot down the upcoming events. So, let's quickly review the things that are ahead of us. Today, at 11 o'clock, is the Seminole County Library pop-up. And this will be an event that is I believe every other month. And it will be right in the lobby. There will be books for you in large print and regular print for you to take out. And of course, drop off those books that you've already seen. And I'd like to introduce Myrna Newman, who has a very special event, the first of our Live and Learn monthly speaker series.
Yay.
I am very excited to tell you about a very new program that's going to start today at 3 o'clock in the multipurpose room. It's a part of the Live and Learn
Put your
series.
mic.
And the speaker is from Rollins College. His name is Saki O'Sullivan, and he's been teaching literature there for the last 50 years. He is retired. But his subject is Florida writers, Florida stories that they will be taught about, and he'll tell you about the authors that are living here in Florida. And he also is a very exciting guy with a lot of experience in all sorts of English literature. So today, at 3 o'clock, in the multipurpose room, we hope you'll come, because this is the beginning of a new series of lectures that we're talking on various things of education. And this is one that you won't forget, because you will be learning something new about detective stories and the writers. So hopefully we'll see you then.
Thank you. The February 13th, Maurice is introducing a new activity, the Not So Newly Wed game. It will be in the Longwood Room. 3 surprise couples will test their knowledge of their partner. So that will be the Longwood Room at 3 o'clock on the 13th. The 14th, the Abbazes have introduced us to Lucas Nursery for their Rose and Orchid Show. That's Valentine's Day. It's a great day to go. Lucas is a remarkable nursery, and they always have well-planned events. You need to sign up at the front desk, and bus service will be provided. It's a free event. That begins at 9:30. At 4 through 7 will be the Valentine's dinner, and there will be a singer-entertainer, Victoria Doyle, who will be singing from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The 16th is a ice cream social. This event will be at 1 o'clock every Monday, in lieu of the Saturday, Sundays that we are accustomed to. On the excuse me 1 second. On the 17th, from 6:30 to 8, is the Mardi Gras party. So the idea is to dress to impress, dress as though you were going to the Mardi Gras event. A king and queen will be selected, and there will be music and entertainment. In addition, there will be a caricaturist in the lobby doing caricatures of anyone who wishes to have one. The 18th, we have a Journey in Life presentation. And Suze Canvas will reveal a bit more of her past, and I'm sure there will be surprises that will entertain and delight us. So that is at 3 o'clock on the 18th. The 19th, I'd like to introduce Stan Goldstein, who has organized a veterans event.
Really nothing much to say. You can read it up there, but Maurice has brought this up as her idea. She had done it at a previous establishment. So we're trying to have a Veterans Day event. It will commence with a dinner or lunch at Mission Barbecue in Lake Mary. And it's a very patriotic thing there. At noon, they have the American flag and everyone salutes. The bus will be leaving for there at 10:41. And 10:41, yes. Anyway, please sign up early because I'd like to give them a heads up on how many people are coming so they can block some seats for us. See you there. God bless.
Thank you, Stan. There's also an event going to the Kennedy Space Center. The tickets are $72 and we purchase the tickets at the door, but we need to know who is coming. We need 10 people signed up for the bus to go to the Kennedy Space Center. So please add your name to the list at the front desk. There are, I guess, a lot of lunch venues there, so plan to have lunch on your own where you choose. The 25th, Maurice has brought another new activity to us. It's called the Sound Bowl. This is a session to learn about reducing stress and promoting restful sleep. There are crystals involved and magical sounds and whatever. If you all find this is an appealing event, this lady can come back sort of on a quarterly basis to coach you, and it's supposed to be a lot of fun. So I encourage 3 o'clock on the 19th here at the Longwood. That night at 6.
25th.
Randy Riggle, a nationally known comedian, will be here to entertain us. On the 26th, at 9 o'clock in the morning, a bus leaves for DeLeon Springs. And that's where the Sugar Mill restaurant is. We can make our own pancakes. And if you aren't a pancake fan, I am. But if you aren't a pancake fan, they have a full range of menu things that you can have. But before you make pancakes, we've planned a walk through the park. So a bit of exercise, a bit of good eats on the 26th at 9. Again, please sign up at the front desk for the bus. And that afternoon at 4 o'clock, we have Jeopardy. And this time it will be organized with various categories as the TV show indicates. So we encourage you all to come and participate and have fun. Thank you.
Sounds good.
As always, check the Green Horizons and the Weekly View to see what happens, because more details often appear there. And we also want to make a plug for the review, the activities review that Maurice does on the first weekday, workday of every month, where she goes over everything that's planned for the whole month. So you get details and answers to things that she didn't even know were going to be questions. So I encourage you to do that. I believe it's at 2 in the afternoon. But again, watch the calendar for when it pops up in March. It'll be March 2nd, I think, is the first Monday in March. Okay, Susan, would you come tell us about the efforts to welcome new neighbors?
Okay, the sales committee exists in 2 parts. The promotional side that assists with and is available for interactions with prospective residents. So that's like dinners and resident panels, things like that. And the neighbor to neighbor subcommittee that was formed by residents during the pandemic. This group saw the need to welcome newcomers during a time of social isolation. Making the change to a CCRC can be bewildering, who knows that? At any time, the best of times, and so it took an extraordinary amount of time, work, creativity to get something moving that would welcome people. So all of the newcomer events that we plan are built on the foundation that they began. That predates the sales committee. So at the moment, we are working on 2 initiatives specifically for newcomers. The first one is to provide structured support to building and villa groups when they welcome new people. So you can host, you know, if you have some new people moving in, get with Angie in the sales department and she will help you plan something. It can be anything. It can be very specific to your area. It doesn't have to be anything that's ever been done before. And she is more than willing to work with you and make it something really special. So if you want to talk to me about those options, you can, or you can go right to Angie. And that can be initiated by building and villa reps, by new resident liaisons, by, you know, just about anybody can start the ball rolling on that. Okay. Secondly, people frequently comment to me that there are so many new people and they don't even know where to start to get to know them. And we found a way to do just that, and we're going to call it Welcome to the Table. So you get to sign up. Anybody can do this. Sign up as a host, and we will match you up with a newcomer to invite for dinner. There's no work for you. No work for you. You just sign up, we'll match you up, you make your reservation just like you always would, unless you're gonna eat in a venue that doesn't require a reservation. So we're trying to get existing residents and new residents matched up together and combine people that live in a variety of places, married people, single people. We want you to just be able to expand your range of options of who you eat with and where you eat. So you can sign up for, you know, twice a month, every 3 months, as needed. You can do however you want. Just let me know what you're open to. And I have a sign-up sheet, so I would love to have people come tell me this is what they've got in mind and they're willing to help. It's pretty ambitious. I would like for every new resident to have an invitation from an existing resident twice a month. So, and not repeats. This is different people. So I'm looking for a lot of volunteers. So even, you know, if you've been here for a while and you're ready to welcome some new folks, please, this is your opportunity. And we'll get the program started as soon as I have volunteers in place. Okay? Thank you so
I
much.
have a question.
Yes.
Normally, we would get a list of newcomers
Mhm.
on our newcomer list. We don't get that anymore. How can we get it?
I have a list, and they are starting to include it in the Green Horizons, all the new people. We had, let's see, two contracts in January. Let's see. And we look to have 4 closings in February. We have just had, we have Carol Levkoff moving into Building A tomorrow. The Myers just moved into Building E. I have not had a chance to meet them. The Campbells moved in Sunday to Villa 420. And Lena Van Nett is in the process of moving in to Building D. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but that will all be duplicated in Green Horizons. And we are going to get back to having pictures on the reception desk. That was a wonderful thing that just kind of fell by the wayside. Needs to start up again, as well as getting the pictures in the Green Horizons. I'm hoping to have a spread that has all the people that moved in 2025. I think so many new faces. So.
I'm gonna try and get that back on the app on the phone.
Right.
Once we get Melissa's guy.
The app is up to date through December. And last time you looked, it was only up to date through July.
Yeah.
So within the last month, it has picked up the rest of the year, and we'll move forward to getting the Januaries and the Februaries in much more quickly than we had them before.
I have a question. Used to, we could get a copy of it, people that don't do much on the computer, was at the desk, every new, listed from December or whatever, and all those information, where they lived and their phone numbers.
We'll see if sales can help with that.
Okay.
Something else to do.
Just come talk to me, I have a list.
Everybody has to come talk to you, or will you have the forms?
I have forms, but I also have a list. So if they, you can email me, I mean, it's not a lot of information, or you can call me, or
We can tackle you.
I have forms.
So you know what she looks like. Swarm her when we adjourn.
Good, thank you.
We're ready for Jerry to tell us what's up with team member appreciation.
First of all, our new red box.
Yay.
Although I understand the other one had great history, and but we need a little bit lower profile because so many wonderful things are happening. So friends, we are starting with our goal. We met our goal, we exceeded our goal last year, and what does that mean? We just set a little bit higher goal. Because we were thinking this is 250th anniversary of America, so certainly 250,000 would be a goal. And then the committee wisely said, let's just drop one of those numbers. So $150,000 will be our goal for over 300 team members. And we really, really look forward to thanking you for all that you've done and thanking you for what we know will help make this campaign so successful. And I have to thank my committee, just an amazing group of people who continue to be committed to our team. So as you saw last year, our goal was $125,000, and in the end, including what was raised after November 28th, if you remember the cutoff was the 28th, and that amount of money was distributed among 309 team members. But by the end of the year, we ended up with, look at that number, $138,480. So when we think of it as a stretch goal, 150 is just a little under $12,000 more. And we can do that because we're going to work very, very hard on encouraging every person here to donate any amount that they can. We had a participation rate of 60.3%, and we hope our goal will be 75%. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could really reach and exceed that goal so that everyone has a part in saying thank you to the wonderful team members. I just continue to hear stories, and we're going to talk about those stories in a minute. The most important thing right now is our team. It's actually National Employee Appreciation Day on Friday, March 6th. How many of you were involved last year when we served poolside on National Employee Appreciation Day? They served lunch. Well, we're going to do it again. Jim has approved, Angela's in, the food has been ordered, the date and the times have shifted, and I was like, wow, 12 to 3 seems like a long time, Angela. She said, however, what that does do is allow different shifts to participate. The other thing that Jim and Angela have worked, and I think it's fabulous, is instead of having the kitchen staff have to do all of it, remember they made over 200 hot dogs, they grilled almost 300 hamburgers. Instead of having them have to do all the work, it is going to be catered so they too can be appreciated by all of us. And I'm so excited for that shift. So, weather permitting, thank you Lord, we will have it poolside. The tables will be set up, and those are there before, but we will need residents. 6 to 10 would be great for every half hour, and because we love color, and that might help in the visual, you'll have, dear Sherry is here, Christy's here, I'll be in the back, and we'll have an opportunity to sign up for a half an hour shift. And if you'd love to work all 6 shifts, that's wonderful. If you're not sure, we'll take your name and contact you later. We just would love as much resident involvement as possible because the team members get to know you and you get to know them. If we have too many, and last year we did, wasn't that wonderful? We had some who were just greeters who sat and ate with the team members, and that's just as important to get to know who they are and where they've come from and what their goals are. It really is a very, very exciting time. And that is the kickoff then for our team appreciation plan and campaign throughout the year. So again, look for those in the back of the room, watch for this. I'll certainly be carrying it with me. I know that this will be close to heart. You'll probably not want to sit with any of us at lunch or dinner because we will be asking, and just reach out, but it's never hard to get. Our Village on the Green residents are so generous, and I know they will be part of this. So that's one ask. And then the other is very easy, and it was in the Green Horizon, but sometimes, you know, all those words get running together, so I want to highlight our next ask. This whole campaign this year, as it was last year, but we really want to focus on gratitude. It's easy. I don't know what side of the bed you got up on this morning, but maybe it was grumpy time, maybe it wasn't. But for our employees, they don't have the luxury of getting up on the grumpy side. They need, and when they do come, they're here to help and to take care of their clients, and that's who we are. And so we want to just continue to say thank you and to help do that by pointing things out, not just the once a month team member of appreciation, which will continue, our team member of the month that HR runs, but rather just small notes of thank you. Many of you have done beautiful jobs with all those wonderful cards that you get for birthdays and all the well wishes. We'd like to do something similar and then feature those folks, run around and take their pictures if we can, and just the thank yous. As I walked in today, someone said, we need to thank someone named Lewis, who sets up the room. There were 5 activities yesterday, from line dancing through bridge last night. And in lots of feedback, and in every case, thank goodness I have a teacher voice, and in every case, the room was set and reset, and it was done seamlessly, and it was beautiful. And those are the kinds of thank yous, the things that we wouldn't even think about. But even just coming here, who had to set this up? Who's running the microphone? Who is getting ready for lunch? Who is taking care of the pool towels down at the pool? All of the things seen, all of the people, seen and unseen, that we need to thank. So we are going to see, our group is asking if we do please jot down a short note of thanks for an employee who has made your life better. If you can include the person's name and the specific action, how perfect is that? And then add your name if you'd like, or not. But we would like to collect those. You can drop them. That's why I put the red box. We can drop them in the red box. You can hand them to me, put it on a napkin, do it whatever. Desiree has said that she would take them at the front desk, and Sandy has said she would take them if you come through, if you come out of a Trivas class, or if you've come out of an art class or whatever, let's please think thank you and think gratitude. So let's do this, and I wanted just for you to see the team that we have assembled. And this is alphabetical. Jill Kroom, you can see she's in Villa 159, so she represents Green Trail area, although we represent the residents. Arlena Faircloth in Building B, Christy in C, Valerie is a new member of our committee, she's also in C, Sherry who's in F, and I'm in the older villas. But we really want to be here, and we will be here, to continually encourage all of us to remember that, yeah, I wanted to tip that person, they did such a good job. Just add it to your donation to the Team Appreciation Fund. Thanks.
Thank you, Jerry. All right, let's see. Here are these people that wanted to be added in, so give me just a minute here. And to follow up on what she said, so Dino's out at the butterfly garden yesterday and today, and I am very protective of that butterfly garden, as you know, and I thought he better not be out there trimming anything. And so I stopped by and spoke to him now, and the pipe broke out there for the water supply, and so he's out there fixing the pipe. So here I am suspicious of something bad's going on and something wonderful's going on. So my comment into the red box is, thank you, Dino, again for fixing something that I didn't even know was broken. Okay, let's go with Stan and then Judy, so if you'd be close. And they just spoke to me, so they don't have a slide.
Real quick, if you'd been to the Plan Ops meeting or to Jim's coffee yesterday, you would have heard some of the information on the IT TV upgrade and the contract was signed just at the end of the month a week ago. Jim and I have been very hard working and bugging them to tell us what's going on. They don't seem to know how to communicate very well at LifeSpace coming down. Excuse me, I've got hearing aids and someone's trying to call me. With regard...
LifeSpace.
Dan. My rent's been lowered. Anyway, we're working to get this delivered by August. Now, Henry keeps trying to double the bet I lost to him last month, but I won't be taking it. We're working very hard. Hotwire got the award and should be up here installing their system. And they do have a reliability capability in the fact that I believe their repair and answering to your problems is set up from the main company. So I look forward to having that. Sean has been working hard on trying to improve the sound in this room. Maris had this company that she had experience with. They were up here yesterday trying to cut back in the setup of our amplifiers. The play that's coming about next month requires 6 microphones. We currently don't have that number. They were up here setting up the amplifiers to add at least a total of 4 amplifiers. Comments on the sound in this room, the sound on the side does pretty good. The problems why we don't sound like Bob Carr or the Philharmonic is the ceiling is where we lose a lot of the effort. They're in there trying to work of getting rid of the ringing, the feedback in there, so they're doing that job. And I bugged them because I had heard once, theoretically, there's a system in here to help people with hearing aids. How many people here are wearing hearing aids? Wow. You're all deaf like me. Anyway, they do have that. The guy went back, the guy found it, but we don't know where it's hooked up to. So it could be in the ceiling, it could be in the floor, and as Steve told me yesterday, we had a very ambitious previous plan ops guy who was pulling wires out of the wall during the rehab. So Sean's there working for you, we're all there, we're trying to improve the things, we're trying to get the IT and TV up, and we're working to keep the cost as low as possible. My one request to you during the next month or so, I'll come out officially, look at the TV channels and see which ones you want. Some are nice to have, must have, or don't give whatever about. Thank you.
Understand. Judy.
I'm one of the 3 who did not sign up early, so I will be very, very brief. I just want to tell you that the Village on the Green Olympics Committee is working hard, and our tentative date for the Village on the Green Olympics will be March 31st. So get ready to participate. I need lots of help. We all need lots of help, volunteers, and it's going to be great. The committee is great, and it's going to be very exciting. We're going to have a barbecue sign-up, hopefully in the next week or so. But we just started, and we're sort of behind the 8 ball, but we'll get it done. And we will let you know when the sign-up barbecue will be. Important. Thank you.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'll flesh it out just to say for people that have not been through a sports day before that we have several sport venues here on campus, horseshoes and darts and all kinds of things. And usually there are 2 teams, and the teams are a mixture of staff members and residents. So it's a great way to interact with staff members. Okay, and the competition is fierce. My team was not among the winners last time, so we will be even more intent on doing a good job this time. So watch for Judy's sign-ups to determine which events you want to do, and be cognizant of the timing of them. You might want to do 5 things, but if they are all at the same time, you can't be in all those places. So think carefully about the timing. You might have to pick the 2 that are not at the same time to be part of. Okay.
Sue, may I say one more thing? That will be on the sign-up sheet. We will have a list of all the events, and we will have the times in which they will take place. So you'll be aware of the times and you won't sign up.
Okay, last thing. The Sweetwater Oaks Garden Club has their garden fair on the parking lot of the Procrivity building that we just bought, the 2 buildings over there with the big parking lot, every year. And it's within walking distance, but there's also an effort to take a bus over there. But even if you need to drive your car, there's great parking over there as well. It's not very far away. And it is Saturday the 28th of February and Sunday the 1st of March. And it shows the times up here. They have not only, they got 40 vendors currently as of Monday, and there will be more. There are not only plants, but also plant-associated things, like there's a plant, the pot that you put it in, there we go, that kind of stuff. There are at least 4 food trucks that she spoke about. There's children's activities, and there's also a speaker's tent where there are garden experts that come and speak at various times. There will be a flyer with greater detail on your bulletin boards by next weekend, because this is now about 2 weekends ahead. But it's always great, and since we've just killed all our plants, here's a chance to replace some of them with plants that have survived the freeze. So be aware of it. And the Garden Club has a close relationship with Village on the Green. Village on the Green is a sponsor of this. And this year it's on our property because we just bought it. They meet here in the Longwood Room every month, so they are really aware of us, and we often have people who are ready to move to CCRCs consider Village on the Green high on their list because they've been here so many times and they've met so many of us. So we have a good relationship with them. Are there any questions about anything? Jerry?
I know that there's great concern about all the plants that have died. Can you tell us about the plan or what's going on to replace them or
Yes.
upgrade them?
2 things I could tell you about that. And the first thing is that the plants in the front, which were newly put in as part of the entryway, are under warranty and will be replaced at no expense to us. This is good news. The second thing is, and I've spoken to Dino about this, he's inclined to wait about another 3 weeks before he starts trimming things back, because some things will recover and some things will not. And once we know what's not going to recover, then we'll move forward with replacing those things. But that's the plan. Basil?
Just a quick one. I forgot to mention this when I was up there. If anyone has any difficulty hooking up with Flickr, if you don't think you're a member, you don't think you're getting the connections, if you're not, call me personally. I really want to make sure that we have those connections in place for each one of you. Got it? All right. Thank you.
And along that line, I heard at my building meeting yesterday that people who were receiving the Blackboard announcements, messages, have stopped receiving them. Something happened in the glitch. So check to see if you are still getting them, and if not, Sandy Garbatini is the front person to fix that for you. If you are an A or B, we got a notice yesterday. So if you didn't get a notice yesterday about the pull chains being worked on yesterday and today, then you know that you're not getting those messages and it's time to check in. One came out this morning for the Saki O'Sullivan presentation. If you didn't get that, you should check with Sandy, because you're not getting the Blackboard announcements, which we are relying on now much more heavily to get the word out on things. Anything else? Yes?
I learned that Dino buys the plants for here from Lucas Nursery, and then even as residents, we receive a discount at Lucas Nursery.
Ooh, discount, that got my attention. She says that we get a discount as VOTG residents on plants from Lucas Nursery. So, which is Oviedo? Is that what their address is called? Okay, all right. So, when you're ready to replace your personal plants, think about that. And with 6 minutes to go, we are adjourned.